also on Restless Thinking, another thing that stood out to me is how you said that you want to smile. And I think as simple as an act as that is for everybody to do, I've read about this, but it's like literally your body, your physiological body changes when you smile. So
Mhm.
um, in the tough times, and you talk about that throughout the first people and throughout a lot of your other material, a lot of struggle and unjust things. But for yourself, uh, what made you say that you wanted to smile, and then what has been making you smile since you put out this project?
I'm actually known as a person that always smiles. Like I literally smile as I'm talking. Um, the reason why I want to smile is because I don't want to accept defeat. And I don't want people to think, well, even if like my worst enemy, like you will never get the satisfaction of seeing me just down, broken, and hopeless and over it. Because as my dad would say, as long as I'm breathing, I'm all right. So the fact that my heart is beating, the fact that I'm still alive lets me know that I've won. And that's something to smile about. Um, but then also, if I'm alive, then there must be a solution. And this couldn't possibly be the end because if it was, then I wouldn't be here. My purpose fulfilled. I'm done. Freddie out. But I'm still here, which lets me know that not only is there so many things to smile about, but I believe later on in life, if you haven't smiled, you're going to wish that you had because the things that made you feel like you shouldn't be smiling or you shouldn't you shouldn't have embraced that moment because this is just unfair, unjust. When you get older, and I'm not even older yet, this is why they call me Freddie also. I know for a fact I'm gonna look back on my life and I'm be like, man, the stuff that I was tripping about, like, that was nothing. Like, I was blessed. And you just don't want your life to go by without you taking initiative and saying, I'm thankful for this very moment, right here, right now. Because it will surely pass. And I'm pretty sure people will regret that. So, yeah, that's my message to the people. That's why we smile.
Now, one interesting thing I was curious about, given a lot of your stuff, is that on the first people with the real, you were mentioning about not being able to deal with potential or something. You need a dude that's already there. So,
Yes.
how does that, as somebody from talking to you a couple times now, and then also listening to your music, it seems like you are also on this journey, which you haven't actualized yourself yet, really, in a lot of ways. So how or what or do you look for, or were you saying or trying to come across with that comment and statement toward a man in particular?
Oh, yeah. So, like, um, yeah. So basically, through my relationship journey with men, or just my relationship journey in general, like I've always been a powerhouse. I've always been like, a leader, an inspiration, just this woman that is powerful. And I need that was me coming into realization of what I need as a woman that is, you know, making a big impact in the world. I need someone that is just as strong and just understanding as me. Um, and that shouldn't be too much to ask. I was also honoring my sexuality, honoring what makes me feel beautiful, honoring the parts of myself that I feel are just just beautiful and not being afraid to ask a man to step up to the plate versus me versus me watering down who I am to best suit someone.
But you don't want to
It
settle. You don't want to settle, basically.
Yeah, no, I don't want to settle at all. And in the past, I have settled. And so again, with 2020 going on, just so many realizations. The relationship situation was definitely impacted by by COVID. And it gave me a lot of time to think about who I wanted, the type of man I wanted to be with, and the type of woman that I am, you know?
Yeah. And did it take COVID, or was it at that point in your life where you had this realization of what you really wanted for the first time, or has that shift and change been a constant of what you thought you wanted versus what you really wanted throughout life?
Whew, man, so yeah, in 2020, I would say that, and we could just keep it 100 here. Like, by me being pregnant at the time and me not necessarily meshing with my child's father at that moment, I was a little resentful and kind of like, why why is this not feeling like the love that I envision 1,000% for myself? Fast forward into now, I'm still learning, the type of man that I want to attract at the level in which I am now is like, matter of fact, at this point, I'm not even thinking about no relationship. I'm like, what I really need to do is focus on myself, focus on what makes me beautiful, and just do that until someone really comes around that matches that energy. Because fast forwarding from 2020, going into water, music, and love, I really deeply talk about my relationships and how they have like changed and evolved over that course, that period of time. I ended up learning a lot, and that's one of the main reasons for water, music, and love. I wanted to share that journey of self love and just intimate love in general, and that's why that album ended up being so soft and melodic.
Yeah, it's definitely a very different journey sonically than the first people. But Water, Music, and Love, what does the title mean for you?
So in my mind, if I focus on the things that bring me life, that brings me light, that makes me feel the most peace. If I was to sum that up, it would be water, because I'm an Aquarius and I'm a water bearer. Aquarius is our water bearers. They are the ones that, and water holds intelligence, and water can create and do so many things. Although yes, it hydrates your body, but you could literally speak into your water, and your water forms or holds on to that message. So just meditating on, what do I want my water to do for me? And the water that I'm bearing, like, what information does it hold, and how does it nourish me and bring me back to life? And as I was creating Water, Music, and Love, I was drinking a gallon of water a day, the
That's,
entire album.
that's a lot of
And
water.
that's a lot of water. And I would say affirmations into the water of who I am and even what I wanted my album to do. And I would drink that water. And so that's the water that I nourish myself with in that time. And then we have music. I need music to live. I'm gonna be honest. I need music to make sense of why things happen to me. Music is where I get all the messages from my ancestors. That's why I say it's always a spiritual thing for me. Versus a lot of people rapping for gimmick. Um, Music is one of those things. And then love, I wanted to expound on the newfound relationship with myself, because at the beginning of the album, I was single. But by towards the end of the album, I was manifesting a relationship that I didn't even know I was going to need those songs for. So it's like you writing these songs to get back in tune with the feeling of love, um, just to manifest a situation where you actually need to listen to that advice. So I think it's beautiful how I do that. I always creatively see all my visions. I direct all my videos. Um, any direction that you see, like my team going with, it literally came from my mind. It's nobody sitting in a chair and saying, I think this will be great if you did this. All of it came from me.
All right. And on Water, Music, and Love, you have the Get It song where you're saying that you're misunderstood. some people say you got an attitude, but you're misunderstood. What were you conveying with that?
Mm, man, the Chicago music scene in general. And like if I don't want to smile, I don't want to smile. And if I don't, and though I am a very happy person, and though yes, when I talk, I'm smiling. I'm a very gentle spirit, but don't think that you can get over on me. Um, and in that moment, creating Get It, it was just like, yeah, like just the scene, the energy of us in the club, just how it is kind of on the Chicago scene. People make assumptions about you. People people see you, they be like, hey, they want to hug, all the fake energy. A lot of people be searching for clout. And really, I just like to be with the people that, I resonate with, the people that genuinely love me for who I am. So that Get It just really like describe just the turnt party type energy of Freddie and Stepchild.
Okay, because on my vibe, you also say this how the city sound. So to you, how does the city sound?
Oh man, the city got look, the city got so many gems, so many life paths, struggles, and stories to tell. Um, and we really speaking on it. And I feel like the city, our scene, like is growing to become more of a community, more of a family where people actually really care about one another versus clout chasing. So this had a city sound without watered down versions of what love looks like. Of you know, y'all pretty much people be saying like the same story of things, but like what is really going on? And the city sound like Freddie O. So like
Yeah,
I'm so Chicago, and I feel like you can hear that in my music.
yeah, I see. Now with Show Me, one of the things I liked on there was how you had the piano on there, and you have that a few different times with Water Music and Love. Um, so what attracts you, or what do you think the piano using or rapping over a piano does for you as a person or artistically?
Mm, it broke me down in these little pieces of emotion that really allow me to get vulnerable with myself. The piano always like smooths things over for me, whereas though I'm always like, oh, Freddie got all these bars. But with Show Me and with some of the other tracks, it wasn't about going bar for bar because I've already proved that I can go bar for bar. But it was more so about the feeling, the emotion. And so piano, it it just allowed me to express that without so many like heavy, metaphors and rah rah. It was like, let me just take you to this space and time and give you this picture, this vision, this energy that I was in at the time.
Okay. Makes sense. And with Show Me Too, you also are detailing that you want a hood dude, but that he still has to have feelings. So with that being said, um, why do you think people are so um unable to articulate or say I want or need different things from the same person? Like I don't need only this one thing, I need five things, 10 things, or in this instance, those two different things. Why is that unusual? Why is that difficult? Why is that something that seems odd to people?
Oh man. Hey, a lot of times people be like, you need to take what you can get out here because they live in a scarcity mindset. And no, I can say that, like, yeah, I want a hood dude that got feelings, and I bet you he exists.
Well, there it
Yeah.
is.
Be sure to check out The History of Gangster Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangster Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C, and dozens of others. The History of Gangster Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
It would be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on Yo MTV Raps with NWA.
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The History of Gangster Rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The History of Gangster Rap in stores now.